chaos.
Hello and welcome to yet another fun episode of Bomb Squad Matinee. I am your host and chief night guard on duty, Joseph Henry Vernick, and today I have with me...
I'm Tanner Richard Kraft.
And I'm Cody Sweezo.
All right, now that we're all acquainted, this week we're talking about The Bride. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd like to explain, actually, very quickly, if I may.
You know what? Go ahead and explain. Let him
Please
explain.
Do.
So here's what happened. Originally, we were going to talk about The Bride today, right? That was the plan. And then we had a set night. We said we were going to record it Sunday night. And then I woke up Monday morning and said, and I texted the podcast group chat like, guys, I think we forgot to record.
Nobody showed up.
We just said, yeah, sure, Sunday night sounds good, and then completely forgot to coordinate. Tim's busy house sitting, so he's sitting this one out anyway. So the only other ones of who have seen it are Cody and I. And
you don't want us two talking about this movie together. It's not going to end well.
I liked it fine. I don't think Cody liked it.
I hated it.
So that would have been an interesting experience. And then it was like, oh, let's skip this week unless someone thinks of some bullshit. And Joe, what bullshit did we think of?
Yes, thanks for your mini reviews of The Bride. There we go. But
there you go. 2 for 1.
This week on our Fuck It Random Bullshit episode, we're talking about this movie celebrating an anniversary. We're talking about the Ben Stiller family comedy, Night at the Museum. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'm assuming this is a movie that we all grew up with in some capacity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody messaged me, but I'll get to that later. We'll figure who messaged me later.
It's me, your conscience.
Oh, good.
Get out of there.
You messaged. But before we get into our discussion about Night at the Museum, we're gonna start off with a quick warm-up question. What is I think this is a fun question, and it's totally not one I made up on the way back home before the recording.
No.
What is a place not necessarily like kind of like a museum, but you can't say a museum. But what's a place that you wish was like a magical place, like the museum in this movie? What's a place that you wish could be like a magical place where like things came to life? So it could be anything. Tanner, we're gonna start with you. I think you'd have a fun response to this.
Sorry, just all you guys immediately laughing was so funny. Yeah, I've been thinking long and hard about this one. That looks nothing like Steve Carell. That looks fucking nothing like Steve Carell. Sorry, that is so goddamn distracting. That guy looks like someone described Mr. Bean from memory.
Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing it doesn't look like Steve Carell, because Steve Carell is not the lead of this franchise.
You're right. That also looks nothing like Ben Stiller. Looks nothing like either of those people.
Back to the opening question, Tanner.
My home.
You want your home to come to life? What would in your home come to life?
The Funko Pops. Then it's a wraps for me, boys. It's a wraps for me, boys. The things those things have seen me do, they want some revenge.
Would you win?
No.
The Big Daddy's gonna come at you.
There's like 100 of them, and one of them has a drill. Bro, that's wraps for me.
Okay,
that's
but it's still plastic. It's still plastic.
And I guess it technically doesn't spin, so maybe I'd have a chance. But like, there's 100 of them. Like, imagine if 100 midgets jumped you. You win in that fight, Cody?
You're a lot smaller than that, I assure you. Because I'm thinking this hypothetical too.
All
If
right,
it was my home, there's a
what
lot
if
of
25 midgets jumped you?
It's more like, what if
I'm sorry.
like
That's politically incorrect. What if 25 little people jumped you?
What if 25 Peter Dinklages jumped
What if
me?
Peter Dinklage jumped you 25 times?
I would beat the shit out of him.
What did Peter Dinklage ever do to you?
I don't know. Looked at me funny. I don't know.
Damn. If not my home, because that feels like a kind of a stupid answer.
I mean, it is.
V-Stock. All the different toys and like guns and shit. I'm also imagining and like, can I just pretend I want the people from like the covers of movies to jump out of the movie covers.
Wait, hold on. This is peak. Wait.
Imagine being at V-Stock and all of a sudden, like, what's a movie they have a bunch of always? They always have a bunch of Fast and Furious movies. Imagine walking into V-Stock and there's just 70 Vin Diesels walking around.
Yeah. They're all confronting each other about family.
Family.
Because it'd be all from a different movie, so it's like Fast 6 Vin Diesel and it's Fast 7 Vin Diesel.
Family. And then one of the Vin Diesels is from that fucking what's that movie? Sidney Lumet directed it. Where he plays like the mobster that defends himself in court.
I don't remember.
Sidney Lumet. I was just looking at this. He plays the gangster Jackie Jackie Dina. Yeah, I'm Vin Diesel.
Oh, this episode's off to a great start.
It's gonna get greater.
In conclusion, I want this to come to life. Back to you, Joe.
He just had to work it in. Cody, would you like some time, or would you like to hear?
No. I can answer. I thought of a place that if I were to visit or if I worked the night shift.
Yeah, your mom's house.
You could die tonight.
At the museum.
Cody, what? Go on ahead, buddy.
My well thought of answer is the Legoland Discovery Center, because I think that'd be like if I walked in at the middle of the night and everything started running like clockwork, it'd be really cool. I didn't really have I mean, I don't think it'd be very threatening because like they're usually like walled off and shit, but unless it's like the giant Lego dragon, I think that'd be scary.
Yeah, probably. But you know what? That is actually a really good answer. I actually like that answer quite a bit. That does sound like it would be a really
It is
cool
literally just taking the plot of this movie and just moving it to a different location. They could have made they could have made like 30 of these movies if they thought hard enough.
They probably could.
Okay, maybe not 30, maybe like 20. I'm giving too much credit.
Probably. But now it's my time to shine. So I did think about this answer a little bit.
2 seconds longer.
And you know what? This answer is very funny because certain places you could say, but they would make for like really great horror movies, or they'd be scary if they came to life at night. Say for instance, a Chuck E. Cheese. Right. Oh hey, that's just Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, that's just Five Nights at Freddy's.
My initial answer was going to be like a Toys R Us, but then my mind immediately went, wait a minute, that'd actually be kind of scary, because one, all the violent toys, have you ever seen the movie Small Soldiers? Yeah, it's not going to turn out very well.
It's just going to be like that one episode of Ghost Stories. With like the fucking ghost haunting the Toys R Us.
For the record, if we want to apply this logic, Night at the Museum is also pretty horrifying.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get to that. But I'm just saying, it's like you get down the toys where it's like the McFarlane toys, where they're making like toys for Hellraiser all those. Oh yeah, no, I would not want to go into a Toys R Us if those were in there.
It's a 7-inch Hellraiser, but he's still a Hellraiser.
This is true. Another answer that I thought of off the top of my head, and I almost went with, but I didn't have much else to say about it, but I just thought it was a funny idea. A Spencer's Gifts.
Definitely don't go to the back.
all the sex toys in the back
or
coming to
go straight
life.
there, depending on what you're into.
The only other bad thing about a Spencer's Gifts coming to life is all the Chucky dolls coming to life. And there's multiple of those things. But my you know what? My actual answer, and bear with me on this, my answer to this is going to be, it's kind of a tie because they're kind of one and the same. I think a zoo or an aquarium. If it was like a magical place that like, maybe did more than have things come to life. Because I mean, the animals are alive.
So, but they would say, are you saying they would like talking like Dr. Dolittle shit, or is it just like,
something like that? Like kind of a way to get like closer to the animals in a way.
Okay.
I probably prefer the aquarium more, just because I like aquatic life a little bit more.
Superior.
And also when I think of a zoo coming to life and getting closer to the animals, I think of the movie The Zookeeper with Kevin James, and I really don't like that movie. So, you know what? I'm gonna go with the aquarium on this one. And that is the only time we will ever talk about The Zookeeper starring Kevin James on this show.
So fun.
Anyway,
but we're going from Zookeeper to Zoolander because we're talking about
shit looks nothing like Rami Malek.
Shut up! No one knows.
Is that here's the real question: it's the second movie? Is that supposed to be Rami Malek or is that supposed to be Hank Azaria?
Looks like neither of them.
All right, well let's go. Let's talk about the first movie then. Let's get into our overall thoughts of the 2006 film Night at the Museum. I'm just gonna pass the mic right back off to Cody. What are your thoughts on Night at the Museum?
Night of the Museum, a movie that was nice and fresh when I was a wee little lad. So it was very exciting to actually sit down and rewatch the film.
How old were you when this came out? Like 2?
I would have been 5.
Fuck
when this
me,
movie came out,
you goddamn child. I was 8.
Yeah.
I would have been like about 10, about to turn
11. Old.
I must be the night
Shut
watch
the fuck
with all
up.
These fossils around here. Golly.
Hey, don't lump me in with this guy.
Fuck off, Tanner.
Been taking the substance.
It is so hard to vote. It is late. We decided to be very atmospheric by recording this at like 11 fucking p.m. Really get into the vibe of this movie. Actually, first complaint of this movie, Ben Stiller's just never tired during this movie, and that is super inaccurate.
Yeah,
I've done that.
I watched it. I'm sorry. I just have to say this very quick. I watched this today, and at some point I went, has he gone to sleep since starting this job?
Yeah, I personally don't believe he's slept, and I don't think he's ever yawned the entire time. And I'm like, okay, even if you don't, like, you know, I've been through this. Even if you don't work in the day, you are going to be tired because your body ain't used to that shit. Bro, it's just, I mean, I guess if it's a museum that's alive, you know, you're locked in. Fair enough. This is a really good concept. I really like the concept because it's kind of like Toy Story rules, but except you get to be a part of the rules. It's fun. I like it. And that's obviously, you know, the best scenes in this movie, the scenes that I always remembered as a kid, is when the museum comes to life and everything's moving and it's all, you know, mishmash, you know, historical figures and shit slamming together, especially the miniatures. I think that's like probably the most like eye-catching of the scenes. Well, I guess besides, you know, the giant fucking T-Rex, I guess. But, you know, I think the miniatures are cool. I think I like all those scenes because I'm a big fan of, like, you know, I don't know what that effect is called, but that effect. I like that effect. But I will say, beyond the effects, this is just kind of like a movie. There's not really a lot I could say about it. Because, like, you know, now that I'm watching it as an adult that actually, like, critically looks at movies with big air quotes, because you know me, there's just, like, nothing to dig into. I think everyone does, like, their, does their role right. I think everything's nice and tuned, but, like, I just don't think the script is very interesting. It just feels like a means to get to the interesting part, which is, you know, the night at the museum. And when that happens, hey, yay, effects, you know, I clap. But everything that makes that happen is very uninteresting, unfortunately. But I mean that's fine. You know, not every movie has to be. I mean, you know, when I picked up Night at the Museum, I wasn't expecting like a Citizen Kane ass message of. I wasn't expecting anything deep. I was expecting a stupid dumb time, and it was a stupid dumb time with stupider plot beats that I kind of questioned a little bit that we might discuss later if I remember to. I won't. Boy, oh boy. Why do I ever go first on this? Dick Van Dyke's in this movie. I like that guy. He is. I knew he was familiar when I was watching, but I couldn't wrap my finger around it. And it was him, that sly dog. I didn't actually realize that they were going to be the villain. I mean, you know, because I haven't watched since a kid. But, yeah, when it turns out the people that were getting their job lost just decided, fuck it, we're going to make this miserable for them. I thought that was a neat little twist because I didn't think the movie really needed a little twist villain given Night at the Museum, but I don't know, Joe. It's Night at the Museum. Like, it is what it is. Like, you know, sometimes a title just speaks for itself. Night at the Museum. There you go. That's my thoughts. I might say more later. I don't know. Back to you, Joe. Sorry.
All right. No, you're good. And I don't know why you're pinning this on me. I had like a whole list of selections. This was all on Tanner. Like he was like Night at the Museum, and that was it.
Yeah, I could have been talking about the bullshit one.
Yeah, we could have been talking about The Hangover. We could have been talking about
too interesting. Too interesting. All the things you're saying are too interesting.
All right, Mr. Wise Guy. Tanner, why don't you go next? Stop watching the video game!
Some crazy fucking shit happening there, man. What do I think of Night at the Museum? Here's what I think. This movie is fucking insane. Like Cody said earlier, Ben Stiller is apparently a demigod that doesn't need to sleep. But let's look beyond that. This guy is somehow maintaining an apartment in Brooklyn by himself while unemployed, and his big idea is a fucking snap. Snap to turn on lights. Yeah, I didn't learn how to snap until I was 14.
I never did.
And even then, I'm not great at that.
It is.
Another thing is that when Ben Stiller is seemingly at the unemployment office, looking like he's not going to get a job, tries to be like, I don't know what his long-term game was, but he like starts flirting with the unemployment office employee. Like, hey, I really felt a connection there. What are you gonna do? Fuck her for work? You gonna get an escort in Ben Stiller?
Try everything.
Is that your plan? All right. And then when he finally gets the job, there's a throwaway line where he's like, "This is not worth $11.25 an hour." That's the steady employment. All right, fine. Let's go to my favorite website, boys and girls, the inflation calculator.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's another episode of Tanner Looks Up Inflation on the Bomb Squad podcast.
Oh God, I didn't know you could do that to Sonic. All right. Let's look at what $11.25 in February 2006 was. Is the equivalent to $18.50 today.
Wow, I make more than him. That's crazy.
Yeah. That's the steady employment that he can help support a child on? In New York City?
Wow.
Sure, bud. Let's go with that. Another crazy thing about this movie is that when Ben Stiller suggests, hey, how about I let the kid come to me at my job and he can see what I do for a living? You work the night shift, Larry. Your child's 10. What are you talking about? You're going to make your child stay up from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m.? He's going to be fucked at school the next day. Also, they make a big deal about how they're firing the 3 night guards and switching to just 1 night guard. Why not just keep one of the 3 night guards? Why fire all 3 of them to bring on a new one? All right, fair enough. They're old. 2 of those guys are dead now. Mickey Rooney died 8 years later, and then Cobb died just 2 years ago. And
but Dick Van Dyke still lives, baby!
So I can say Dick Van Dyke, but it's a problem if I say... And then, Tim, you're going to cut it out. You're just going to put a cut there.
And I'm going to do this face, Tim.
He's going to leave all that in there. He's not going to do any editing. He's just going to be like, no, this is staying in.
Tanner, he's going to look at the folder called Night at the Museum and be like,
The most he's going to do is like put a little video of him flipping us off. That's the most editing he's going to do.
That's if he's generous.
Yeah. Well, this movie's just kind of fucking insane when you think about it. I like it. It's fun. It's a very quick movie. It's only like the 3rd night at the museum when they try to do their big heist. I like the subtle foreshadowing that they get powers at night because they're partying like a crazy person when Ben tries to call them the first night. It's subtle. It's a hint of clever screenwriting, dare I say. This movie made $500 million. Imagine an original movie like this making money like that now. The movie theater landscape has changed.
Yeah.
Thanks, Shawn.
Yeah, it sure fucking has. Holy shit.
But Shawn Levy's still making big money movies. Fun fact, this is actually Shawn Levy's highest grossing movie until Deadpool and Wolverine.
You know, that makes sense.
Robin Williams is not as in this as you would think. As a kid, I remember him being like arguably the second lead. He's in like 5 scenes.
Yeah.
What great scenes.
Also,
get back here. Come back here.
Tanner, stop watching the fucking video
Tanner,
game.
the audio listeners are confused.
Robin Williams.
Who cares?
Sorry, I saw it at the corner of my eye. I went, what the fuck? You just gave Ben Stiller Lewis and Clark's compass. Isn't that fragile?
Might need it.
What the fuck is that monkey doing? Anyway, it's fun.
He's the best of us.
Yeah, what was I saying?
Starbucks, they're everywhere.
I'm the son of God. His goal is to get to heaven and take her with me.
Oh no, it's School of Rock all over again.
Oh, yeah, Starbucks everywhere. No, what was I talking about? What was I talking about?
You were talking about Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Yeah, he's barely in it, but like his 5 scenes are really fun. But like as a kid, I remember him being a much bigger part of it. When Paul Rudd showed up, I went, huh? Because I had completely forgotten about that.
Typical Paul Rudd reaction.
And then there's like a Ben Stiller thing where Ben Stiller's like, husband's pretty fat, huh? No? Paul Rudd looks like he weighs about as much as you, Mr. Stiller. You think he came up with the idea for Severance on the set of Night at the Museum?
Maybe. Who knows?
Let him cook. The cast is pretty fun. Everyone does a decent job. I I don't know. It's lighthearted. It's fun. It's a good family movie. It's comedic. I giggled. I laughed. What I will say, though, as much as I actually did enjoy revisiting this movie, I do remember liking the second one more as a kid. And I never saw the third one because the third one came out like 5 years after the second one.
I was gonna say that was like 2014, so.
And also like a couple months
like,
after Robin Williams died, so I don't think I was ready as a 16-year-old. But I remember liking the second one more. And correct me if I'm wrong. I know we're not talking about that one, but Amy Adams is in that movie, right?
She is.
She plays Amelia Earhart, and then also some random woman at the end that looks like Amelia Earhart.
Yeah.
And Cody Suiso.
No.
I may have some things to say about the second one when we get to general discussion.
Excuse you, we will do our own episode on Night at the Museum 2 someday.
No, we fucking won't.
Yeah, I will.
No,
Matter of fact, I'm putting it on the calendar. I'm putting it on the schedule right fucking now.
For what, 2029?
Yes, that movie came out in 2009. Night at the Museum. Secret of the Ooze. Release date. I don't.
Did you say Secret of the?
I did, and I'm shit you not. I googled that, and it gave me here are the box office results for the re-release of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Secret of the Ooze.
I didn't do.
Did fine. I don't understand how it got box office from that. Night at the Museum 2: Battle of the Smithsonian.
Wow.
Is Owen Wilson tall in this one?
No, he's just tall on the poster for some reason.
Right.
They fucked up.
Oh wait, Hank Azaria is Hank Azaria Egyptian?
Hank Azaria, and no, he is not.
All right, May 22nd, 2009.
Tanner!
Hold on, putting it on the schedule.
Oh dear God.
It's there.
All right, can't wait. We'll be there.
All right, be there, I guess.
In
Do you have any more
conclusion,
thoughts?
I got hella thoughts, man. They just ain't in this city. Back to you, Joe.
All right, my time to shine. So, Night at the Museum. I remember this movie fondly. This was one of the last like kids movies that I vividly remember being like a huge thing for my specific generation, the people my age. Like it was like the last like huge family movie before we all just kind of grew up and started talking about, you know, movies more for adults, because kids were fucking weird back then, man. But Night at the Museum, it was a fond and cherished movie from my childhood, so it was kind of fun to revisit this again. And as an adult, how do I feel about it? It's fine. Calm the fuck down. No, oh wait, I mixed up my review for Project Hail Mary with Night at the Museum. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, no, Night at the Museum's a fine film. Cody mentioned kind of digging the twist villain plot of this. Honestly, it kind of feels a little forced to me.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't forced. I just said, neat.
It felt like they had a premise, but they couldn't figure out how to end it. So they just kind of pulled something out of their ass. Now, granted, there's some fun stuff out of the shit that they pulled out of their ass. God, what a fucking sentence. Granted, there's some fun stuff. Like, it's very funny watching Ben Stiller get his ass kicked by Mickey Rooney. Like, that shit's very funny. Honestly, it's just fun watching Ben Stiller get his ass kicked in general. But as a climax for this movie, it feels a little rushed. And I'm not necessarily saying that it's really a bad thing that... Well, oh no, I'm thinking of a different movie. Never mind. I was about to say, there is a running theme in this. It's just not executed very well. But I'm thinking of a different movie where it's like there's not even really a running through line. Oh, it was School of Rock, but we already talked about that. I watched School of Rock the same day
That's
I
right.
watched Night at the Museum.
Debbie Does Dallas.
Yes, Debbie Does Dallas. Thank you, Tanner. Very
That's an Austin hosted episode coming up.
Oh boy. But aside from like the many gripes that I have with this movie, this movie's fun. This movie is very, very fun. It is honestly a very good premise. Like they were onto something with that premise. And they take advantage of that premise as much as they can for a movie called Night at the Museum. And a lot of the stuff that they do with it is very fun. Cody mentioned all the miniature people. All those people are very fun, the miniatures. The little dynamic with Steve Coogan and Owen Wilson's very fun. How they're just always butting heads. Honestly, I really like Rexy as a concept. Like, yeah, it's a little silly and kiddish that the T-Rex is basically one giant dog, but I mean, come on. It's a giant walking T-Rex skeleton, and it's also a really good effect. Like, it's actually very impressive for the time. And it still looks relatively good. Out of all, like, the CG, like, creatures that are in this, I think Rexy is the best looking one. Some of those animals kind of... they look like an effect. They definitely don't look... Yeah. They definitely don't look like they're actually there. But they're decent effects, I suppose. Dick Van Dyke is just wonderful in this. Like most things with Dick Van Dyke. And man, oh man, he's fucking flexing on Mickey Rooney and Bill Cobbs in that post-credit scene where they get rehired as night guards. Yeah, there's like a mid-credit scene for this.
Yeah, there was. I'm like, wait, I thought those weren't invented yet. What?
They get their jobs back and they're cleaning up a mess. And then there's another mid-credit scene where they're just all kind of randomly dancing. And, like, Dick Van Dyke is just flexing on both Bill Cobbs and Mickey Rooney because they're, like, very stiff. And then there's fucking Dick Van Dyke at, like, 90-something,
doing what he does
fluid
best.
as shit. And he can still fucking do that for the most part, which is fucking insane.
To be fair, Dick Van Dyke was probably in his 70s then?
That's true.
He had to have been like in his late 70s or like early 80s.
He was 81. Oh my god, he turned 100 last year. I forgot.
Yeah, he turned 100 last year.
And he's still got the moves.
He's
got the moves.
God bless.
Like Jagger. Actually, I guess if anything, Mick has moves like Dyke. Nope, can't, nope, nope.
Yeah, I understand. Tanner, I was about to say God bless Dick, and I was like, oh, wait.
That would have been better than when I just...
Overall, good movie. We'll talk a bit more in general discussion about it. We're going to let Tanner just kind of think about what he said.
They're going to put me in the contraption after this one.
We are. See you soon.
We are.
Why the fuck is he running like that?
Alright, welcome back from that ad for another ad. Movies, canvas, color, you like? MoviePalette.com. Tanner Point, Punch Drunk Love. If Tim were here, he point. Mandy. Get yours today. Multiple movies. Custom made ones. You can get. Code for checkout, Squad 15. Save 15% on order. MoviePalette.com. Fun times? Absolutely. Back to show. All right, so we're...
Hey, Joe.
Yes.
I'm just saying that was an act. It's not my fault that Dick's name is a slur.
All right.
I didn't think that
Anywho, he's got Dum Dum. He's got Dum Dum.
I completely forgot I had this.
You give me Gum Gum?
I'm not giving you Gum Gum.
I want your Gum Gum, Daddy.
Oh my God!
You know, like when like a comedy movie has like a trailer, and they always repeat.
No,
that
I've never
one
heard
joke.
of that before. What do you mean? Movies have trailers?
Man, why?
Cody, what were you saying?
You know, like with the comedy trailer in particular, like they always have the one big joke that's like, oh, this is the best joke they got. I swear to God, the amount of times I saw the fucking scene with this fucker, like in every trailer.
Weirdly enough, I don't remember the Easter Island head being in any of the trailers. If I remember, like, a quote being used more so than anything from the trailers from this. The one I remember a lot was Robin Williams going, "Why are you slapping a monkey?"
I do distinctly remember that. That was probably the funniest scene for me, because like I'll be honest, I didn't laugh too much at the movie, but the part where Ben Stiller just started losing his shit, just started slapping the shit out of a monkey, was really good. It did lose me for a second because during the zoom out shot, it turns into VFX and it doesn't look great, but it's still a funny concept.
It looks like he's like slapping something that's like on a spring, and it keeps slapping him back.
It's really weird.
I can't say I necessarily laughed a lot through this movie, but I had a smile on my face for most of it, which I think counts for something. Cody, just real quick, talking about how, movie trailers, especially comedies, love to end on their big, funny joke. One of my favorite examples of that in recent memory is from a movie that's not even a comedy. It's from the 2021 movie Eternals. Basically, every fucking trailer for that movie... Let me cook. Basically, every fucking trailer for that movie ends with fucking Richard Madden going, "This is a nice sturdy table. What's it made of? Vibranium?" And then hitting it is pretty hard, and then it's shattering. And then there's a beat. And then Brian Tyler Henry's just like... Fall collection. IKEA. And it's a great joke. It's a very funny joke. Around the 37th time I saw that trailer, I went, okay, Fall collection, IKEA.
Now, granted, the 36th time, he was still howling.
I was still howling. Then number 37, I was like, you're cut off. It's been a pleasure serving you this evening, but I will no longer be serving you alcohol.
37 drinks is the minimum. Maximum.
God.
37 drinks is the maximum is like the name of a fucking insane punk metal song.
And I would listen to that.
Alright, back to the movie. So, question I want to pose that I also posed in the group chat. So, in the movie, they established that if there are any exhibits outside of the museum when the sun rises, they turn to dust. And then we see an example of that happen with one of the Neanderthals.
Oh, that poor fucker.
Yeah, he gets outside by jumping out the window, and he doesn't make it back into the museum in time before the sun rises, and he turns to dust. My biggest question, specifically about that scene, and it's supposed to be an emotional scene, like you're supposed to be like sad that the caveman turns to dust. The big question I have is specifically involving the quote unquote mini joke in that scene with the street cleaner.
Yeah.
What the fuck was going through that street cleaner's mind? Because it's not very long until the street cleaner shows up to wipe up the dust.
It's at least 5 seconds.
He literally, like, okay, yeah, it's 5 seconds, but he's still within like eyesight of this caveman that just evaporates into dust. How is he not freaking the fuck out?
Brother, it's New York City. That man do not give a shit. He is not paid enough to give a shit.
I was about to say, Joe, if you were a street sweeper and you just saw a caveman get dusted, would you stop your street sweeper, or would you go, fuck? Okay.
Listen, it's like a human being and he just evaporates right in front of me. I think that's gonna at least raise an
Well, I don't really care about human beings. I only care about a human doing. Your mom.
Thank you, Tanner. Very cool. Anyway, isn't it weird that Robin Williams as Theodore Roosevelt quotes Harvey Weinstein in this movie?
Elaborate on that.
I don't remember this.
Some men are born great, others have greatness thrust upon them.
I don't think that's the kind of thrust that Harvey Weinstein's talking about.
Yes, that's the joke.
Oh no. Robin Williams, you done it again.
I don't think, well, he did it again. I don't think he can do much of anything right now.
Why you gotta be so fucking negative all the time?
I'm sorry, the dead man is still capable of things. Is that better?
I believe
that Robin Williams faked his death?
Did I say that? No, I didn't say that.
It's kind of the implication.
Let's go to a wax museum. Let's bring him back. Yeah, yeah. Let's just go to a wax museum.
I'm made of wax, Larry. What are you made of? Great A Day to Remember song. Which, by the way, had like a realization when Robin Williams said that I went... I literally did that face. For the audience that's only listening, I just kind of did a little... face.
I kind of forgot they were made of wax until like the very end when Robin Williams gets chopped in half.
What do you think they're made of, buddy?
Well, I mean, I knew about it because they
flesh and bone.
It was just something. It was just one of those like slips in the past of your mind until, oh man, Robin Williams is two people now because he is in half.
Imagine going to a fucking... I forgot my joke.
Imagine going to a fucking great joke.
Imagine going to a fucking, you know what I'm saying, brother? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Joe, you gotta bring us back on board.
Yeah, I'm struggling to figure out.
Does Robin Williams have a dick?
Dude,
well,
no,
I mean,
no.
He's feeling something for Sacagawea.
Can the wax statues fuck?
You know,
I mean, yes, but not no.
You know, it's a wax statue. So I'm going to assume that the faces and the hands are sculpted. I don't think anything underneath is sculpted.
But could they grow?
I think.
But Joe, it's wax.
Tanner, I'm just going to quote Dogma to answer this question. I think Robin Williams is about as anatomically correct as a Ken doll.
True.
But with some improvements.
But wax, you can get wax from anywhere, baby.
Wax on, wax off.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades. Speaking of Robin Williams movies, when are we going to talk about robots on the show?
Oh my god, when are we talking about robots? That movie's fucking peak.
I fucking love that movie
so
much as a kid.
You know what? Welcome to the Bomb
Squad. This is a robots podcast.
Robots, baby.
And Fanny! That movie was one of the first movies that made me cry as a kid. And by as a kid, I mean as like a teenager, because I didn't really cry at movies until I was a teenager.
Why?
Because you can shine no matter what you're made of. And I was like, I'm autistic and I can still shine.
You want to know who couldn't shine in that movie? Drew Carey, because his career never went anywhere after that.
Hey, being the host of The Price is Right is a pretty good deal.
I was gonna say it's a steady job, but
he had his time.
It's not like most of the people in that movie where it's like, oh, they actually kind of had careers.
I feel like Drew Carey did a lot, like, beforehand. I think he was fine.
He was part of fucking Whose Line Is It Anyway, wasn't he?
Yeah, but by that point it was canceled.
Yeah.
And then he had his show, and that ran its course.
Yeah. That's a pretty good career, if I do say so myself.
If I remember correctly, in Sacagawea.
All this.
You know what?
All
you know what I remember? You were talking about the
Night of the
trailer
Museum.
clips jokes thing. You know what I remember? Very briefly, Night at the Museum 2, the fucking Sacagawea. Like
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. That's seared into my brain because I think it played in one of the DVDs I had as a kid. Because again, I didn't really go to the movies regularly until like 2014. So like what trailers played at movies was like very unknown to me.
Yeah, they really played up Bill Hader in the trailers for the second movie.
That's Bill Hader.
Yeah, that's Bill Hader as General Custer. Yeah, the cast for Night of the Museum 2 is kind of insane.
Shawn Levy directed it?
John Bernthal in that movie plays Al Capone.
Oh my god, Al Capone's in the second movie. I forgot.
It's like Christopher Guest as Ivan the Terrible. Tanner's looking up the cast, isn't he? And then I'm just remembering. Oh yeah, that's Eugene Levy as Einstein. Yes, Tanner. Yes, Tanner.
Eugene Levy's in this bitch.
Yeah, I just said that. I just said Eugene Levy is Einstein.
I need you to lock in, buddy.
You know the monkey in this movie is like an actor?
Oh yeah, it's fucking Crystal the monkey. My goat, rest in peace.
No, I know. Wait, did he die? Did the monkey die?
Guaranteed, all in.
No, it says years active. It's 97 to present. It doesn't. I don't see it.
This bitch still alive?
I think Crystal the monkey.
He was in the Fablemans.
Oh yeah, that's right. I think we even mentioned that in the episode that we did for the Fablemans, that the monkey was the one from Night of the Museum.
When is Crystal gonna get his own movie? We have nothing left to say, man. You gotta wrap this shit up.
Hey, you were the one that. Hey,
She-
you were the one that wanted this episode, Tanner.
She keep
We all
on
wanted
my
it.
zoo till I She night on my museum till I at the. Help me.
Get us out of here.
All right, I'll get us out of here.
Joe, I killed him.
You can't say that.
Who'd you kill?
Rami Malek returned for the third movie?
Somehow Rami Malek returned.
Somehow Rami Malek returned.
Mummy Malek? Wait, that's a banger. I like it. I like that he was just screaming the entire time, and then when he comes out of the coffee, he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm Rami Malek. Hey, what's up?" That was a good joke. This movie doesn't have a lot of laughs, but when it does, it's good.
I did like him coming out of the thing. He was like, "Oh my god, I can breathe." Yeah, I went to Cambridge. I was on display.
10,000 years.
Give you such a crink in the neck.
Why is there a monkey after?
Because in the second movie, there's a different monkey that they meet up with. All right, we're gonna move on because Tanner's fucking distracted by a video game, and I think
We're
we've just
lost.
I think we've just kind of run out of steam on things to say about
The filler episode
I
has been
have
filled.
been to the Museum of Natural History in New York. I refuse to believe that it has ever been as like dead as it's depicted in this movie. All right, I had to wait in line for over an hour, and I had a ticket. Everyone that was waiting in line had a ticket to get in, and I had to wait in line for an hour. All right, so I fucking refuse to believe that 20 years ago it was like on the verge of death. It's New York City, and it's one of the biggest tourist attractions on New York City, and it's on the foot of fucking Central Park. Fuck you, movie.
I will say it is very funny at the very end where it's like, oh hey, this quote unquote publicity stunt that Larry quote unquote pulled off brought people in. It's mostly just a bunch of old people coming in.
Of course, all we had to do was put a bunch of hobos on the roof and light shit on fire.
The movie really just went, because actually now that I think about it, I do have a little bit more steam, because like Ben Stiller just does not win at all until like the very, very, very end of the movie. Because like when you get to this point, it's just like, yeah, he's just kind of fucked, but at least he's happy. But then it's just
also,
like, wait, the good ending, wait!
In 2006, I refuse to believe they didn't at least have rudimentary security cameras.
Nope. One security guard, take it or leave it. Well,
it's 2006.
Those
existed for at least a decade by. Yes, it takes place in 06.
Okay.
At best, 05. Like,
at best.
This isn't a period piece, Cody.
Either Ricky Gervais really does not. Well, either Ricky Gervais is just really bad at his job, or he just doesn't know how to work technology, because he should be very well keen on what's been going on at this museum.
You know what? It's kind of nice watching a movie where Ricky Gervais is in it and he's not doing his stupid bit.
Yeah, and he's like, he is really not funny in this.
No, yeah, but he's fine. He does an okay job, but he does the job as needed. I do like the little interaction between them at the end where he's like, "You got an explanation for this?" Ben Stiller goes, "Nope." He's like, "Give me your gun and badge." Flashlight and badge, but joke.
Right. Yeah. God. Man, for a filler episode that we were running out of steam on, and for a movie I literally watched a couple days ago, I had forgotten.
I finished this an hour ago.
I finished this an hour ago as well.
You guys know that Dick Van Dyke is in this movie?
What? Dick Van Dyke?
Oh yeah, that's right. Dick Van Dyke.
It is kind of crazy that like the antagonist isn't like established until there's a half hour left. Like I know we meet the Dick Van Dyke and them at like the beginning of the movie, but it's not established that they're the villain. Basically, there's no conflict until like a half hour left.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice.
The writing is structurally fascinating when you think about it.
It is, and it's very funny considering that this was not the one that was written, or well, this is the one that wasn't made during a writer's strike. Night of the Museum 2, on the other hand, man, oh man, could you tell that movie was made during a writer's strike?
I'm sure that's true, but I remember liking that one.
They are improving like nobody's business in Night of the Museum 2, and a lot of it goes on for way too fucking long. The bits I'm thinking of in particular are like, it's the bit with Ben Stiller and Jonah Hill in his one like scene in the movie, and then like at least 2 different scenes with Ben Stiller and Hank Azaria where they are just going on and they just won't stop. Yes, Tanner?
I lied.
You lied?
This is not an original movie.
I swear to God,
it's
based on some fucking book.
It's based on a kid's book. I knew that.
It's based on a children's picture book. I did not know that.
Alright.
Sorry you can't have shit in Detroit.
Everything's an adaptation. Nothing's original.
I'm sorry.
Can't have shit.
This movie cost $110 million.
Yeah, that CGI bone dinosaur isn't gonna make itself.
Hold on, let me go back to the inflation calculator.
What are they gonna do? Practical?
How do you think they got Paul Rudd in the movie, Tanner?
The inflation calculator crashed. Hold on.
Oh no, he's looking up the budget for Night of the Museum 2. He's fucked up.
Hold on.
Not Night of the Museum 2.
The inflation calculator. I need to go to a different inflation calculator because the government's one broke.
Well, while we're waiting on him, let's share some final thoughts.
That would be $178 million in today's money.
That's crazy.
Damn.
You know what though? To be fairs, you can mostly kind of see it on the screen.
Yeah.
Oh, 6, like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you can see the movie's budget.
They at least had a light.
Got a light?
I'm so happy that you've now officially seen that episode of Twin Peaks, Tanner. And now you know how fucking great that
This is the water, and this is the well.
Drink full, and a sand.
Got a light?
All right.
Cody looks scared.
Now that we're slipping into Twin Peaks,
checked out.
we're slipping into Twin Peaks territory. I think we're at.
Done!
Thank you, Tanner. I've been trying to get us into final thoughts for a little while now, so I think that's exactly what I'm going to do now. We are going to move on into our final thoughts on Night at the Museum. Cody, we'll start with you.
My final thoughts: Night at the Museum. Really neat idea. Kind of an okay execution. Better movie than The Bride. I'll tell you that for sure.
Hell yeah. Tanner, your final thoughts on Night at the Museum.
Night at the Museum is a 2006 fantasy comedy film directed by Shawn Levy and written by Robert Ben Garant and Thomas Lennon.
My God.
It is based on the
It's based on the
1993
children's book by
Music
Michael
Drake.
Drake. Shut
The
the
film
fuck
stars
up!
Ben Stiller in the lead role alongside Carla Gugino, Dick Van Dyke, Mickey Rooney, Bill Cobbs, and Robin Williams. It tells the story of a divorced father who applies for
We
a
don't
job
need
as
to
a
get
night
to the
watchman
hour
in
mark,
New York
please.
City.
Tanner!
Museum of Natural History. Let me cook.
You're not cooking! You're reading Wikipedia!
It's building up to something. And subsequently discovers the exhibits come to life at night, animated by a magic Egyptian artifact. Night at the Museum premiered in New York City on December 17, 2006, and was released in the United States on December 22nd by 20th Century Fox. The film received mixed reviews from critics, but a relatively positive review from Tanner Richard Crack 20 years later. Decent movie. Back to you, Joe.
Okay, well, now that we've seen what all that built up to, what a bunch of bullshit that came out of Tanner's ass right there.
Well, where else does shit come out of?
Thank you, Tanner. Very cool. My final thoughts on Night at the Museum. Yeah, it's fun. It is a very, very fun movie. It is a fun way to kill about 2 hours of your time. I'm glad I got to revisit a fun, little nostalgic movie from my childhood. And for the most part, it holds up pretty well. I'm happy I revisited it. I'm probably going to forget about it after this recording. And then I'll probably remember it exists much later on and be like, oh yeah, what a fun movie. But you want to know what else is a fun movie? Not The Bride, but you! I've not even seen The Bride, so I have no room to say
it's fine.
A bad movie. But thank you so very much for watching this week's episode of Bomb Squad Matinee. If you liked this episode, why don't you mosey on that down into the comments section. Let us know. What did you think of Night at the Museum? Would you freak out if you saw a caveman in the middle of the street evaporate into dust while operating a
Very
street
important
sweeper?
question.
What's a place that's like not a museum that you would like to go to and it be like this magical little place? Comment below, let us know, and while you're down there, hit that like button so we know how much you like us, hit that subscribe button so we know how much you love us, and hit the bell icon so you can get updated on when we upload new videos. Check us out on Spotify and all of the other audio podcast platforms that we're on. Links for that will be in the description. Check out our Twitch page. Sometimes we stream. We got to be doing it more. I miss streaming. We should do that more. Well, one day. But check us out on Twitch. Check us out on our socials. We have a shop. Go check out our merch shop. It's bombsquad.shop, right?
Bombsquadproductions.shop.
Thank you. Bombsquadproductions.shop. We has shirts. We has posters. We don't have pants, but when we do, we'll make that announcement. We've got pants now. go check out our shop. Maybe purchase a T-shirt. It helps support us. Other ways to help support us. We have the Patreon, the $5 tier. That gives you the shout out, right? Or is it the $10? I always get them mixed
$5 tier
up.
gets you access to commentary tracks, and the $10 tier gets you access to shout out at the end of episodes. Special thanks to my mom, Tanya Kraft, our only $10 patron.
Thank you, Tanner,
$10
for helping me out. I always get them mixed up for whatever reason. But yeah, commentary tracks, $5, shout outs, $10. We already did the shout out. Thank you, Tanya Kraft. If you want to help me directly financially, check out my Etsy shop, 35mm Keepsake. I sell keychains there with little clippings of 35mm film cells in them. So if you are a cinephile and you want to carry a little piece of film with you at all times, I got the best idea for a product for you. They make for great stocking stuffers. They make for fun little gifts. I've got some fun stuff on there. I just put some Mummy Returns ones up there. That one's celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. I've still got some Star Wars ones, got some James Bond ones, got some Hellboy. I've really been selling the Hellboy ones lately. Like those are the last couple of ones I've been selling. But you should go get yourself a Hellboy keychain while they're still there. Go get yourself a Star Wars one. Get yourself a James Bond one. If you want to get really fun, I've got this preview has been approved for all audiences bumper as a 35mm film cell and a keychain. Those are probably my cheapest ones on there. But if you want those, you got to go to my Etsy, 35mm Keepsake on Etsy. And thank you for the support. Leave a review if you get one. Tune in next week when we talk about Tanner. Is it what I think it is?
It is what you think it is. A movie that Cody and I are probably very excited to talk about. Tune in next week as we talk about the first big blockbuster of 2026, the Ryan Gosling starring, Phil Lord and Chris Miller directed Project Hail Mary. What did we think of it? We'll find out then. Should be fun.
Hell yeah. I just watched it today. I may be on the episode just to piss Tanner off. That may give you an indicator as to how I felt about it. But what we all thought about it, well, we'll find out next week. See you guys then. Bye-bye.
See you, kids.
I just slid my ticket across the table and I said, "Sorry guys, I gotta see about a girl."